Hey, what's going on, guys? How you guys doing? It is Perkins Talks. It is all things Perkins, and I'm so excited that y'all decided to join me on this one. I'm so excited that y'all decided to come alongside with me on this podcast right here, y'all. Listen, before I begin, this is the first episode, and then there's gonna be another episode, and there's gonna be another one, and then another one, and then another one, and another one. So please, I'm just starting out, y'all. So as we just get started, bear with me. That's my disclaimer for y'all right now. That's my disclaimer to y'all. Please just give me some time, y'all. Just give me some time. Y'all understand what I'm saying? All right, listen, y'all. I got my drink ready. Uh, this is gonna be a good one. I truly believe that this is gonna be a good podcast for y'all. Y'all gonna get to know who I am. Y'all gonna get to know what I'm about. Um, but of course, in this first episode, I'm gonna talk about me. I'm gonna be a little selfish and talk about me. You understand what I'm saying? And then as we go on, we're definitely gonna be letting y'all know what we are all about. You understand what I'm saying? So, cheers and let's get started. You know, when I went to this one church back in 2012, I started this one church. I started this one church. It was called, well, I won't say the name of the church, but anyway, as I started to get more involved in the church, people were just like, "Who is this guy?" Because no one really know who I was. It was just some random guy that just started to come to the church, and then all of a sudden I was plugged into ministry, and all of a sudden I was walking with the pastor, just being pastor's bodyguard, or armor bearer, as the spiritual word is called. But anyway, so they didn't know who this guy was, and so everyone would always ask me like, "Who are you?" And so I'm going to tell y'all who I am. My story starts off back in Brooklyn, New York. I was originally from Brooklyn, New York. Now I live in Fort Worth, Texas. If y'all didn't know that, y'all can't hear the sound of my accent. Okay, I really don't have an accent, but yeah. So I started in Brooklyn, New York. Um, my mama had passed away. My aunt decided to take in me and my two sisters. And now we became one blended family. We became one big family. It was four of us in total, two boys, two girls. And so my aunt decided to adopt us as her own. My aunt decided to accept us as her own, and that's how the journey starts. You understand what I'm saying? So from there, my mom always took us to church, and that's all we knew. We if you didn't see us in the streets, if you didn't see us in our house and stuff like that, not a lot of people knew who we were. Not a lot of people always visit us and stuff like that. But anyway, if you didn't see us at home, you definitely saw us at church. You definitely saw us just at every single service, Sunday morning, Sunday night, Wednesday night service, practice for the youth, practice for my mom, and any other different type of service that they would have. You would always see us in those services, and that's just who we were. That's just what we did. That was our foundation. That was the foundation that set me up. I really believe for the future, for the long haul. So anyway, so I grew up around two girls and a boy. I was the youngest of all of them. And actually, in fact, I have another brother who lives with my aunt. Um, so in total, there's like five of us all together, right? So there's five of us total in the whole family. So y'all can get that started. My mama raised us by herself. My brother's father was in our lives, so we considered him as a father. We considered him as one of our own. Um, so we consider him as father. We consider him as family. But he wasn't. But to me, um, he was, yes, he was a father figure. But there was a lot of stuff I wish that he would have done with us, and really just showed us the ropes of what it means to be a father, what it means to be a man. But I'm glad that he was there. I'm glad that he did step in and actually still still helped out, still looked after us, you know. And of course, we could definitely say that we could definitely say that that he looked out for us because of my mom. You know, my mom always made him say, "Hey, listen, if you take one, you're gonna take them all." And of course, mom wasn't being mean or malicious or vicious about it. She was basically saying how, like, if you're going to treat one child, you're going to have to treat them all. You're going to have to do everything with all of them. You know, one child isn't separated from the rest. So that was a good thing about it. You know. But anyway, so we grew up in church, always going to church, and just trying to maintain life, you know. And so back in 2001, me and my sister, we decided we didn't want to live in the house no more. So we decided to vacate the premises, you know. And then someone in the world said, like, "Hey, listen, man, this is not where you're supposed to be. It's not the best choice for you, man. So you got to go." So he kicked me out of his house, and he brought me back to my mom's house. And I tell you, I got my butt whooped that day. When I tell you I got my butt whipped, I got my butt whooped, y'all. And I guarantee you, I wasn't able to sit for a long period of time. But anyway, so now we go to this. Also, now our next door neighbors, right? So we were homeschooled. So we were homeschooled throughout all the years, right? First grade to 12th grade, kindergarten to 12th grade, whatever you want to call it. We were homeschooled throughout all our lives. So we had a neighbor who was also next door, not really next door, but across the street from us. And she also homeschooled her children as well. And we just formed, like, all of us just formed this group of just homeschoolers, and that's just what we know. That's just what we did. And so with her kids, she took them to a camp upstate New York. So she took them to this camp upstate New York, and they were part of this one camp, and they had scholarships to go to their Bible Institute, and they went to summer camps, they went to winter camps, and it seemed fun. So we decided to go. So yeah, it was just me because my two sisters, they didn't live in the house no more. My brother decided to live with his girlfriend at that time, and so now it was just me in the house, you know. So the lady who I call my auntie, you know, because she's like my aunt, you know, uh, she took us to winter camp, and let me tell y'all, it was cold. Like, it was cold, cold. It was like the type of cold that you're just like, Lord, I do not want to be here no more. Like below zero. But anyway, we went to this camp, and then went to winter camp. My like literally when I was starting to, I always cry at winter time. So when I started to cry, the tears would like form and then would just stop. Like, they will literally just stop in that, like that. That's it. It would just be frozen. But anyway, so we went to winter camp, then we went to summer camp, then we went to winter camp again, summer camp, and every time we went, we always would get a scholarship to go to their Bible Institute. And so now, and then after that, we were able just to go to their be like camp counselors basically. Or they rather they had like jobs and stuff like that. So we were able just to apply for a job there, and still you get a scholarship when you do that too. So it was great. So we did that, and then back in 2000, oh no, 2007, I went to the Bible Institute there. Then 2008, 2007 to 2008, I went there to the Bible Institute, got a lot of knowledge in the Bible, got well versed in just the things of God and everything like that. Um, and then 2009, no, and then I went for a year for 2008 to 2009, but I didn't finish in 2009. I got kicked out. All right. Now this Bible Institute, it was really good because uh, it allowed you to be fully submerged in the presence of God. It allows you to be fully submerged in the things of God. But the only problem though with that is that it was just so it was structured, but it was too structured. Because you had people who want to rebel and people who did. People who just didn't care. It was just like they're just gonna do their thing and that was it, you know? So you did have people that actually wanted to rebel and who actually did rebel. You had people who just wanted to do their own thing and they did their own thing. You wasn't supposed to get tattoos. You wasn't supposed to go to the movies. You wasn't supposed to leave campus without you wasn't supposed to leave campus without the opposite sex without another person besides the opposite. So if it was me and a girl was leaving campus to go shopping, to go wherever, it had to be another person to go along with us, you know. And so so there was a lot of rules. There was a lot of rules that went on, and we were just like, we're not, we don't, we don't, we don't like this. Well, of course, people rebelled and people just did whatever they wanted to do because we're just human, right? So anyway, so let's see. So then, okay, so the reason why I got kicked out, right? So I got kicked out because um, I had an anger problem, right? And it's trying. God is still working on me, right? So anyway, so I got kicked out because of my anger and my frustration, my rage, everything like that. But also for them, they felt that I wasn't really apologetic to them. They felt that I wasn't really sorry, and I had to be sorry to them before I was sorry to God. So I told them, I was like, well, honestly, I'm sorry to God for what I did, but I don't have to be sorry to y'all. Where in the Bible does it say that you have to be sorry to you and then to God? You know, like God is the top dog. God is God. Where do y'all fit in? You know, to the whole picture. So I'm like, all right, cool, whatever. It is what it is. You know. So I went back to New York, started my journey in life, started doing whatever I wanted to do. You know, I started working and stuff like that. Actually, my mom made me get a job. That's why I started working. So my mom made me get a job. I started working a whole bunch of just different grocery stores, different jobs, grocery stores, shoe store, wherever I could fit in, wherever I could get the money. I had to go out. I had to go out and get it. You know what I'm saying? And then back in 2009, no, either 2009, 2010, I met someone who was able to help me out with getting a security license, and that's when I really started security. That's when I started doing security back in like 2009, 2010. Around that time, that's when I started doing security. Sorry if you hear an airplane. There's like an airport that's like nearby and stuff like that. Every once in a while, you will hear traffic if we're outside recording. You'll hear traffic and stuff like that. So I do apologize for that. But anyway, so I met this one lady who was helped me to get my security license, and that's when I started security. That's why I really wanted to be a police officer. You know, because I really loved the whole aspect of doing security now because it was really nice. Went to college. Went to a college in New Jersey to get more education, to get a degree, to get a bachelor's degree. But I didn't graduate a bachelor's degree. Neither did I graduate any associates. I just graduated with well, actually, I didn't graduate. I just left with an understanding of whatever it is I need to understand, and that's it. So then, oh, where can I take y'all now? Where can I take y'all? So now it is now it is mm, so I went to college, and then after college, oh, excuse me, sorry. So then after college, 2007, no, 2019. That's when I moved down to Texas. That's when I started to say, oh, well, actually, in between this time now, I've always told people that I want to live in Texas. I told people that I want to move to Texas. I told people that Texas is my life now, you know. And they're like, but you live in New York, so I don't know how that's possible. And to be honest, that's when I was just like, you know what? I guess it's time for me to go. So 2019, I put in resignation letter in my job. Told them, hey, I'm leaving. That's it. I told my mom about a month before. Said, Mama, I gotta go, Mama. I gotta go. And so she was just like, okay. And I told her, I was like, hey, Mom, June, I'm leaving. I'm going to Texas. She was like, oh, okay, so next year, that's cool. Gives you a year, yeah. I'm like, no, Mom, next month I'm leaving. And that's what I did. I started mailing some stuff down in Texas. I started putting some of my stuff down in Texas. I started putting my stuff in storage, and I just upped and moved down to here. I didn't have no job. I didn't have no car. None of that. I had the thought and the knowledge in my head that if I could make it in New York, I can make it anywhere, and that was not true. That was not true. Just because New York is more of a state where it's more accessible to everything, Whereas Texas is not really accessible unless you have a car. It's not really accessible unless you know how to get around, unless you know how to do this, unless you know how to do that. That's when it is more accessible. You understand what I'm saying? And so from 2019 to now, it's all about just working jobs, see where I can fit in, see where I can do, and then also doing YouTube. So I do YouTube videos as well. And that channel is all things Perkins. But anyway, so I started doing, so I was keep on doing YouTube. I've been doing YouTube for almost probably like 10 years or something like that now. But anyway, so I started to do YouTube. Started to well, actually not start, but continue to do YouTube throughout this time. Exploring Texas, exploring different churches, and it's just trying to get my feet wet in just certain areas, and even trying to find that one job that's actually good, one job that I could actually say that I'm proud I could stick in it, and it wasn't like that. Back in 2020, we had the pandemic. I had lost a job that I loved. I was working at a hotel. Oh man, I love that job. Lost that job, but then I started at a job that I was able to get a car now. So now I'm saving. I'm getting a car because I'm like, listen, I'm not traveling nowhere where it takes me 2 hours to get there. Listen, y'all, it takes me 2 hours by train to get to somewhere. And I'm like, I do not like this at all. My comfort level is not comforting. There is not one bit of comfort in this whole travel that I have to actually travel a certain amount of time just to get somewhere. I do not like this. So I got a car. Thank the Lord. And once I got the car, I was starting to traveling now. I started traveling places. I started to visit Houston. I started visiting people that I know in Conroe. I started to visit all over the DFW Metroplex area, as they call it. I went to Oklahoma a couple of times. Oklahoma City. I went there a couple of times. I went to Austin, San Antonio. So there's a lot of beautiful areas within Texas. But yeah, you need a car to get everywhere. And thank God that I had a car. And even now, it's just all about like finding that job to where I can actually put time in, put the effort in, and say, you know what, dude, this is great. I'm loving this. This is perfect. It's nice, and of course that's always difficult, right? Because just because if you're not from the area, you're trying to grind as if you were from New York, but you can't do that because New York and Texas is two different ball games. New York and Texas is two. We're talking about two different ballparks, Where it's not like it's two different ballparks, It's like Colorado Rockies, New York City, two different atmospheres, two different everything, Um, but listen, y'all, the journey's been good. The journey's been good. The journey's been great, and I will tell you that I do love it, even though it's been hard for me. I've made a lot of friends throughout the time that I've been here, um, or acquaintances, I should say, because we don't always talk as what friends should talk, but that's fine. That's fine. I'm not holding that. I'm not holding no one against that. You understand what I'm saying? But like I said, I met a lot of good people over the time from 2019 till now. It's almost been 4 years. So 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. No, 5. 19, 20, 19 to 20, 20 to 21, 20. Okay, so 21. Okay, so it's almost been 4 years, not five. It's almost been 4 years since I've been in Texas. June 19th will be 4 years since I've been in Texas. And like I said, it's been great, but it's also been hard. It's also been difficult. It also has been a challenge. And that's all right. I'm up for a challenge. I'm always up for a challenge. I'm always up for something different. I'm always up for something that's brand new. Like, I love that. I welcome challenges. Seriously, I really do. Challenges are, I think challenges is what makes us human beings. Challenges is what makes us uh individuals that are great, individuals that can better ourselves. That's what a challenge is supposed to do. It's supposed to challenge you. It's supposed to make you greater, make you better, make you something that's different. If you just stay the same year after year after year after year after year, are you really challenging yourselves, or are you just going with the norm? Are you really challenging yourself, or are you just going with what you know? It's we all have to be challenged in some way or another. We all have to find ways to challenge ourselves so that we can become a better version of ourselves, not just for other people, but for ourselves. So we can look in the mirror and say that, okay, wow, I have done great things. Wow, I have better myself and put myself in a winning position, that I'm cool now. I'm okay with it now. Um, but a lot of people, they don't like to challenge themselves. A lot of people, they've asked me, they was like, I don't know how you could just get up and move somewhere. I'm like, didn't God tell Abraham to get up and move? Didn't Isn't the stories in the Bible where it tells them, where God tells someone to get up and go somewhere, to get up and go to a place that's unfamiliar, but yet you're a Christian, you don't know how I can do that? Number one, trust in God. Number two, get up and move. And number three, just do it. Like Nike's phrase, just do it. How how dynamic is that? Just do it. Just do it. Especially when it comes to something good. Not when it comes to something bad, or not when it comes to something crazy. Not when it comes to well, whatever. Just do it. Just pick yourself up and just go ahead and do it. That's what it all is about. That's what it really is. That's what it really comes down to. But we don't want to do that because it's unfamiliar. It's outside of our comfort zone. It's outside of what we know. But once you pick yourself up and just do it, once you ask God to lead you, to guide you, shouldn't it become better? I personally think so. I personally think that it will become better once you ask God to lead you, once you ask God to guide you. But not everyone wants to do that. Not everyone wants to be outside the comfort zone. Not everybody wants to be challenged. Not everybody wants to be motivated to do something that's just weird. Do it. If it's weird, do it. If you don't know where the finance is going to come from, pray to God. Ask God, hey, Lord, I don't know where the finance is going to come from, but I know you're going to help me out. Come on, just do it, y'all. Just do it. That's all you have to do. Just start somewhere. Start somewhere and start anywhere. Come on, y'all. But you could do it. You could definitely do it. Without a shadow of doubt, you could definitely do it. Listen, y'all, it's Perkins Talks. It is all things Perkins. It is me, Charles Perkins. Next time we talk, we are going to get into where we are today. Where we are today and what inspired me to do this. I'll put that. Yeah. That's what we're gonna talk about, y'all. Um, and where we're gonna go with this. So hopefully, some people actually got a look into who I am. Hopefully, people understand now who I am, where I come from, and how I do things. You understand what I'm saying? So it's Perkins Talks. Uh, Listen, we do have a website that you can purchase clothing, perkinscloset.com. You could go purchase. Uh, um, we have hats, we have t-shirts, we have sweatshirts, We have, I think that's it. That's about it. So we have we have hats, t-shirts, and sweatshirts. Those are the main things we have. We have also new clothes that's going to be coming out soon. So definitely check on that. All right. It is Perkins. I'll definitely see y'all next time. Definitely talking to y'all next time. All right, y'all. Be blessed.